all the wonderful devotees who have chanted the holy name nicely in the Brahma Muhurta. So then we'll go to the next part as a morning session. That is a discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we begin, I will just start with a very short kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gandharvika Giridhari Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. I would like to once again thank my seniors for giving me this wonderful opportunity in sharing a little bit on today's verse. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam, Devim Saraswatim Vyasam, Tato Jayam Udirayet, Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 12, Birth of Emperor Parikshit, text number 29. Iti Ragna Upadisya Viprajataka Kovidaha Labda Pachitayah Sarve Pratigna Muha Swakha Gruhan. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Thus, those who are expert in astrological knowledge and in performance of the birth ceremony instructed King Yudhishthira about the future history of his child. Thus, being sumptuously remunerated, they all returned to their respective homes. So, since the purport is a little longer, we'll discuss it as it comes. So, Om Agnanatimarandasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna. So today's verse is 29, verse number 29. So before we dwell into today's verse, I would like to take this opportunity to once again re-establish the importance of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam daily. So let's go back to 7th chapter of this first canto. So what it says, it goes like this. Yasyam vai shrivaya Shreyamanayam Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktir Utpadyate Purushaha Pumsaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. So, simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling and loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, sprouts at once. And what it does, it extinguishes the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. As Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all Vedas. Why? Because the bhakti would sprout off. And who is giving us this bhakti? Guru Krishna Prasada Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. And who is planting this seed? The Guru. Guru is planting this seed, and not only that, Guru is ensuring that this will be irrigated. How to irrigate that? We need to water it, and that is through the words, through the Vani of our Guru. So, if we hear from a Gurudev, that is the process of watering the roots of Bhakti Lata Bija. And whose Bhakti? The Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. It will sprout. So, just by hearing, we overcome the fire like these three things, that lamentation, that is all our mistakes, illusion, attachment, asakti. So it is said, it was asakti, na jasakti. That is, attachment never goes. But by hearing, it will definitely go. And bhaya also will be extinguished. So once Srila Prabhupada asked, so if we take, can we take shelter of astrology or check about our future? So Jyotisha Vidya, astrology, which is all deals with the calculation of planetary positions. So is it authentic? He was questioned. So Srila Prabhupada said, yes, it is authentic and bona fide. However, it is not in Vaishnava Siddhanta. In the sense that we find out about, maximum what we can do is, we can find out about how good or bad is the weather. Probably if you want to go out somewhere, these are the things, whether I should carry an umbrella. So maybe we can just check out that. So here I was mentioning that what is the most common fear? It is death. We are all very fearful of death. And for our information, so the next most common fear in the whole world is public speaking. Okay. So the moment we start hearing Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, that we come to hear from Bhagavad Gita that at least I get that theory myself, at least theoretically I come to understand that we are only losing this body and we are actually the spirit soul, right? Which is eternal. And once we start realizing, that is when we'll be at peace. There is no death of the soul. So, Srila Prabhupada mentioned in the first line of the purport of 7th shloka that ear is the most effective sense. And just by hearing the glories of Krishna, we develop a relationship with Krishna. So, Krishna says, Yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha. He's saying, oh Narada, I am not in Vaikunta, nor I am in the hearts of yogis. I remind where my devotees glorify my name, form, qualities, and transcendental pastimes. I am physically present where my name, form, and qualities are discussed. So here there are, of the many qualities, there are two qualities which Parikshit Maharaj would be known in future, and that one of them is he would be a good listener, Shravanam of all the Navavidha Bhakti. So Parikshit Maharaj is a perfect example of Shravana. And the other is how Parikshit Maharaj embraced death. So far in this chapter, or from all the verses, maybe from 6 to 11, we have heard about the love of Supreme Lord towards the devotees, and 13 to somewhere up to 16, about the devotees' love towards the Supreme Lord. So, Srila Prabhupada, in this verse 29, Srila Prabhupada is speaking of three types of men. So, one is Vipra, one is Brahmana, and the other is Vaishnava. So, who is this Vipra? Vipra being expert in fruitive activities, and Brahmanas, they are expert in spiritual transcendental science. And Vaishnavas are the Brahmanas who have achieved perfection. So the Vipras, they serve as astrologers, and they don't expect anything they don't expect any money in those days. But in Vedic period, they were like that. But that is not the case today. That status is not at all maintained by the astrologers today. They're actually supposed to serve the citizens. So I was hearing Guru Maharaj lecture, and Guru Maharaj was saying that he has seen one astrologer who said that if you pay me 100 rupees, then I will do something for you. But if you pay me 250 rupees, then I will do everything for you. Full calculation I do for you. So this was a difference. There was a difference in the system in Vedic society. Even if you take Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Chaitanya Prabhu. At the time of Lord Chaitanya Prabhu's appearance, his grandfather, Neelambar Chakravarti, he was a great astrologer. So at the time of Annaprasana, they also used to do Dana Karna. So they used to, nowadays we give money, books to the children at the time of Annaprasana. But at that time, at those times, they used to keep different types of, money, gold, silver, and all those. Along with that, they used to keep, Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, Srimad Bhagavatam, all those books. And Srila Chaitanya Prabhu used to be let loose. Then the child, as a child, he used to go straight, and he used to take the Srimad Bhagavatam, not only sparsha, not only touch, he hugged it, he embraced the Srimad Bhagavatam. So his then his mother's father, that is Neelambar Chakravarti, they asked him, what is the future of this child? And he said he saw that this child would take up sannyas, but he didn't reveal it to the family members because they would be upset, and he said that this child is going to be, take the burden of the whole earth. One day he's going to take the burden of the whole earth. And that is why he was named as Vishwambar. So this astrological calculation was used in the life of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So coming back to this Vipra, they are one of the divisions mentioned in the Vedas, Karmakanda ritualists. They are Karmakanda ritual experts. They are experts in Jyotish Vidya, Ayurveda Vidya. So here Srila Prabhupada mentioning about the Vipra, Jataka Kovida. So when they came and explained about the future of Parikshit Maharaj, what did Yudhishthira Maharaj do? Labda Pachitaha Sarve. So he gave them sufficient remuneration, and they all went back to their homes. So this purport is divided into three paragraphs. The first one clearly, Srila Prabhupada writes about the Jyotish Vidya, and we should not indulge in wanting to know about our future. That is the reason why Srila Prabhupada, the purport, he immediately next he writes that this knowledge aims at self-realization. And the next paragraph, Srila Prabhupada mentioned the three levels, that is Karma Kanda, Gnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda. The Brahmanas who had spiritual knowledge has to teach this spiritual knowledge to society. And hence they were compared to the head of the society. Srila Prabhupada used to say that, nowadays we lack this good Brahmanas in the society. So that is why Prabhupada used to focus on making many Brahmanas. And that was one of the reasons why Srila Prabhupada established ISKCON. And Gnana Kanda. Gnana Kanda was more or less, again, Brahmanas were experts in spiritual knowledge. And the third one was an expert in Upasana Kanda. Who are those? Those who were worshipping Lord Vishnu, some Siddhi Haritoshanam. So Vaishnavas are those who are always worshipping Bhagavan Krishna Vishnu. So now we have got the difference between the three categories. And the third paragraph here, Srila Prabhupada says, what are the duties of a king? King should have a very good system, as they needed all these three categories for running a kingdom. So Srila Prabhupada wanted all the three things of this society, and thus it becomes the duty of a king to ensure all these three categories are taken care in the society. So I think in one of the classes, I remember Rajanath Prabhu was mentioning about King Samrat Ashok. So due to he following Buddhism, not just in India, even the neighbors started following this ahimsa system. So that is why Srila Prabhupada mentioned the system should be very clear, that the executive head or the king, and others being the advisors, the spiritual heads, the spiritual masters, they advise rightly to the king, right? So now, the 18th to 29th verse, all the glories or all the qualities which Parikshit Maharaj possessed in his future was described, which Her Grace Subramani Mataji very, very, very nicely summarized it. So, two important qualities which we shall discuss today is Shravanam and the death. How Parikshit Maharaj embraced death. So Shravanam. So we all know it's dedicated to listening, Shravanam. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport of verse number 3 in this chapter that one of the sadhanas to acquire the Divya Gnana, it is possible only when you have a bona fide guru who is in the Guru Shishya Parampara. Second, one who has to do hearing, serious hearing, and chanting and not otherwise. Now that we have a guru and we are doing serious hearing, we need to apply them in our lives. We cannot be casual, because I heard one of the senior Vaishnavas saying that casual behavior leads to casualty, right? Now we'll go to the second aspect of second quality, that is death, right? Nobody likes to hear this word, especially when the doctor confirms that we have very little time. We cannot imagine the patient, how the patient would take it. And needless to say about the family, we can see the difference, difference between a devotee and a non-devotee. How a devotee thinks this is also a good news. He thinks that now is an opportunity to reach home back to Godhead, and I can have the darshan of the Supreme Lord. But when it comes to non-devotees, when they get this news that he's going to die, he would be feeling very bad that he has morose, that he has to, and probably he has to take another body, and it is not sure whether he'll get a human body, because as we all know, they would have led a sinful life, and he will be in fear of not knowing what form will be. He will take birth in his next janma. Then, but when Parikshit Maharaj took this opportunity, as he was saved by the Lord, and hence he lived a life as instructed, as desired and instructed by the will of the Lord. He got a curse, Shringi punished him, right? He did not even think, why it's me? He did not fear, because he had the faith and simply accepted the will of the Lord and used it fully to perfect and, and self-realize. That is why he is called Rajarishi. From outside he was a king, but from inside he's a sadhu, rishi. He never wasted the time. Imagine if a non-devotee comes to know that he has cancer. He will visit the best possible doctors and clinics, thinking that some way he can live longer. He will use all alternative methods. But Parikshit Maharaj, immediately what he did, we walked out into the forest only to hear Shravanam. So many times we wonder why the devotees always are talking about death and scaring and threatening types, right? Actually speaking, they're showing mercy on us, because truly we do not have the time left in our lives, right? We need to treat it like the last runner in the relay race. We all know, no, 4 into 100 relay is going. There are 4 runners. So the last runner is the fastest runner of the group. So we are those runners. Now that is the way we need to treat this life. Parikshit Maharaj at least knew that he had 7 days. We don't even know whether we have 7 years, 7 months, 7 minutes, 7 seconds. We don't know. That is why our devotees ask us to accept this, that death can come anytime, and please let us do bhakti seriously. So in this connection, there is a very beautiful short story, and most of you know this story. So there was one young person who started praying to Yamaraj. His name is Amrit. So Yamaraj was very impressed, and wanted to ask him, want any boon from this young devotee. This young person said, give me 3 or 4 letters or indication when I'm about to face death. So slowly this young person got old. The first one is the hair starts to gray. So devotees met him and asked him to buy Bhagavad Gita and small books. And he said, no, it's not the time has not yet come. And so later on, his tooth began to fall down. Again, devotees came to invite him for satsanga. He refused, saying that, oh, not yet. He is not yet got the indication from Yamaraj. In fact, most of us in Bangalore are in IT. What is IT? Indriya Trupti. So the third is sometime later, the Indriyas were going bad. The eyes were getting blind. So so much, then again devotees came and said, are you, you can't see and read, at least you can hear from devotees. Still he refused. Then he had a stroke, and then Yamaraj had to visit him. This young man was shocked and asked, oh my God, why did you cheat me? I was supposed to get letters or mails from you as a warning for me. Then Yamaraj had to explain. See, nowadays we are very lucky. We have Dunzo, Zomato, Blue Dot, etc. Right? But Yamaloka doesn't have these services. So I had sent you 4 letters of warning. First being hair fall, second being falling of tooth, eyes getting blind, and finally you had a stroke. So these were the letters I sent to you. So when I was hearing this lecture, I was thinking, at least Rajanath Prabhu and myself, at least we have already received 2 letters from Emeraj. So still we sometimes do not take morning programs seriously and seva seriously. So I pray to all Vaishnavas here assembled that we both should be more serious in our bhakti, and it is possible by only by Vaishnavas and Guru's prayers can be progress. So what we are doing, we use some adjustments for Indriya Trupti. What we are putting a false tooth. We go to the dentist. So we do all the sorts of corrections to enjoy a meal. And we sometimes color our hair and then contact lenses so that our beauty doesn't get disturbed. Probably even on deathbed, we will not chant the holy names of the Lord. That is why Shankaracharya is saying that Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaje Mudamate. So start taking the holy names of the Lord. In fact, our acharyas have made the promise, just chant the minimum rounds, minimum 16 rounds, and hear Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and I shall take you back to God. That's such a good news for us. And his Radhesham Prabhuji used an acronym for Parikshit. What is that? P stands for Prahlad Maharaj was compared. He was compared to Prahlad Maharaj in serious bhakti, even in the most dangerous situation. A stands for Arjuna, as an expert in Dhanurvidya. Or Lord Rama, as he stuck to his words. In fact, he is even compared to Ranti Dev for charity and magnanimity. Then I stands for Ikshwaku, how to take care of Praja. K, how he follows the footsteps of Krishna. Yes, Lord Shiva for his munificent or merciful nature. H, Himalaya compared to his mood of Ashraya. I, Indra for his generous, bountiful or charitable. We are one of the charities. We can know that how Arjuna was gifted his chariot by Indra. And T stands for tolerance. Someone like our parents and Guru. Only 2 people are tolerant, right? So this is Parikshit. So now back to purport. Srila Prabhupada is, so Srila very first line of purport writes, Vedas give us both the knowledge, material and spiritual. However, our life should be utilized to perfect self-realization. So some say that we target only educated people to give knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. But Krishna says in 4.1, this is given through the parampara and to whom? Raja Rishi. Actually, it was for the people who are holding positions. All the leaders, teachers, parents have to read this verse. Which is that? The Canto 5, chapter 5, text number 18. Because Yad Yad Atriti Shreshtash, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, so, Gurer na sasyat swa jano na sasyat, pita na sasyat janani na sasyat, daivam na tatsyan na patischa sasyan, na mokshayadya sampupedam mrityam. So one who cannot deliver his dependence from the path of repeated birth and death should never become a spiritual master, a father, a husband, a mother, or a worshipable demigod. We should not take this position unless we can take them out of this whirlpool. We must educate our children with this Veda Gyan. So, in the Kali Yuga, we can develop this relationship only by Harinam. We can get Krishna Prema. So, so this is why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 15.5 that I am to be known. That is why we many times when we see a sadhu, sometimes we ask for future. Many had done the same on seeing Srila Prabhupada. They asked to ask him, what is their future? Srila Prabhupada used to tell the four things are sure to come. What is it? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi is sure to come. Srila Prabhupada also had the Bhavishyavani, which is that he will have a kingdom like Tata and Birla. Now, Srila Prabhupada said that I am also not less than them. I have a huge kingdom of devotees. Vaishnavas, however, they do not depend on Bhavishyavani. As it is said here, Tattena anukampam susamiksamano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam hridva vipurbir vidadam namaste jivetayo mukte padesa daya bhak. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your costless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has been his rightful claim. So Lord does not interfere unless we are surrendered. So let us remember the promise by Srila Prabhupada and chant our committed rounds. And let us progress in devotional service and go back home, back to Godhead. Thank you all very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patita Pavana Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.